It's From the Hardwood with VFTS.
All right, the basketball right now is in about the first month of the season, give or take maybe one or two games. So it's been a very interesting season so far, and there's a lot of things that's happened, some surprises and some not surprises at all. So what we were thinking about doing was just kind of going over exactly that, what you're surprised about and what you're not surprised about. G-Mike, you can go ahead and go first, man.
What I'm surprised about is how your Dallas Mavericks are playing, man. I'm very disappointed in their play. I know that Kyrie has not come back yet. I know that Anthony Davis only played a few games and then he got injured and he hasn't been back yet either. Obviously, Cooper Flag is getting into his own, getting the rhythm of stuff. D'Lo, he's having a good game, having horrible games, inconsistent. We've always talked about this with D'Lo. Klay Thompson looks very frustrated out there. There's a lot of talks about him being shipped out. There's talks about Kyrie being shipped out. There's talks about AD being shipped out. And there's just a lot of turmoil when it comes to your franchise right now, man. And it's very disappointing to see because when we started talking about the NBA before the regular season started, I picked the Dallas Mavericks to almost come out of the West to be a very good basketball team, though, in the top three in the West. And right now they're showing that they don't know how to play basketball together, and they're taking a lot of L's, man, against good teams and against bad teams. I mean, it's just a lot of negativity towards your franchise right now, man. And I'm sorry to say it, but that is my biggest surprise right now.
No, I'm with you. I can't say that I was expecting this to happen at all. I really thought they're going to be guns blazing. Honestly, I thought they're going to be a lot more exciting than offense. The offense has been putrid, to say the least, really. But there's just been a lot of turmoil since the Luka trade. That's the elephant in the room. You can't get out of that. You can't deny that. I have gone on record on the show saying I thought this was going to work out a lot better than it has. I kind of thought this might have worked out as one of those addition by subtractions. And not saying that Luka's a bad player. He's a generational talent. He's one of my all-time favorite Mavs, and he's only there for a short amount of time. But I thought that this was going to be a little bit different because I expected Nico not to go anywhere. And the idea what they're trying to do is build a big defensive team to shut down the Lukas of the world and all the scoring to be able to go up against these guys. I think the thing they forgot was about the offensive side. It's hard to say what the offensive are going to be without Kyrie Irving. You have a rookie that's running point guard who's never ran point guard ever in his career at any point in time, trying to run point guard in the NBA. He's learning. I think it could work if that's what he's going to continually do. I think they're kind of trying to bounce him around and make him more of a hybrid player. The point is that they're just not playing well at all. Having said all that, now that they were able to get rid of Nico Collins, excuse me, we're just talking about fantasy football and everything. So, excuse me, Nico Harrison. I think that there's been a lot of rumors that they are talking about maybe trading AD. Now the latest rumor is that they're not going to bring back Kyrie Irving this season because they're quote unquote so far out of this. That's where I'm kind of getting frustrated with all this narrative in here too. The season's only been going on for about a month. You have a rookie that's 18 years old that just came to the league. He's not LeBron. LeBron was a freak of an athlete at 18, still is playing 21, 22 seasons later. You got to let this grow for a little bit. Now, I do think that the trades that they got back in return, it wasn't worth it. You got rid of Luka and you got an injured Anthony Davis who's only played maybe 20 games or so with Dallas when he's not hurt. And then you don't have much for offense. So the only way this works is that you kind of build with what you got. Otherwise, you traded all these players away for nothing, essentially. You got nothing out of it. So I'm not ready to jump off the proverbial bridge yet because it's only been a month into the season. Let these guys gel a little bit more. Let this work out a little bit more. And by the trade deadline, if it is absolutely not going to work, then we can start talking about those things. But the fact that they're saying Kyrie 1 minute is ahead of schedule and the next, now they're not talking about bringing him back. So either he's more hurt than they're leading on, or number two, they really are just trying to pack it up. But let's face it, they didn't get much for draft picks for the Luka trade anyways. If they had a bunch of picks like Oklahoma City did and they were able to make good picks out of them, okay, all right, let's do that. But they didn't. They didn't get all those picks that they should have gotten for a Luka Doncic talent. So I think you're kind of stuck in this boat of you have to keep with what you got for a little bit and see how this is actually going to work. Maybe make a trade with getting some more offensive players, getting an extra guard or something along those lines. I just think it's too early to make all these major moves that everybody's talking about doing so far.
Is that I think that the mentality of Nico Harrison was to win now, which is why he traded away Luka Doncic. It was a horrible decision trading away a generational talent for sure.
Yep.
But you're trying to get AD in return who can play way better defense and can score to a somewhat degree of what Luka Doncic can score. Obviously, adding it with Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, the whole squad from last season, and then later on having the number one pick and trying to draft Cooper Flag.
They just go about it in different ways. AD is a capable top 10 player in the league. It's just Luka does it in a different way than AD is going to do it.
Exactly. He does it more primarily on defense as well. So I think Nico Harrison's mentality was win now, and then they saw how the season was going after 3 weeks, and they said, you know what, Nico, we don't like how you're thinking. We don't like how you do business. Get the hell out of here. Boom, kicked them to the curb. And now the new GM, the front office, and all the corporate guys for the Dallas Mavericks are thinking, you know what? We need to revamp this and try to go the OKC route and just get picks. And I think that's what's going to happen. Trade deadline. They're going to trade Klay Thompson for probably 2 picks. They're probably going to wait till the end of the season next year to trade away Kyrie Irving, who will probably be a player and more picks. And then probably AD at the trade deadline, depending on if AD wants to stick with the Dallas Mavericks or not, which I think it's not going to be that route. I think he's going to want to go to a contender because he knows he's injury prone, he's getting older, and he wants to win now. So they're going to use AD for another 3-4 picks. So I think they're going to go the OKC route, probably end up trading away those 3 players for about 7 or 8 picks in return.
Yeah, I think the issue with that as well is that what are you getting back in return for AD, for Klay Thompson, for even Kyrie at this point? Kyrie has been injured a little bit for the last few years. He's not the same Kyrie used to be. Still can take over a game, but that's what I'm kind of saying. They're kind of stuck in this spot because you're not going to get much back in return for these guys. They're only going to maybe get a couple. You might be lucky Kyrie or AD can probably still swing maybe 1 first-round pick, maybe. You can probably get some 2s. Kyrie, what are you going to get? A first-round pick? So it's tough to say what they're going to be able to do. And I think that's why I'm getting at, you're kind of stuck in this situation. And how about see how this is actually going to work out? You still don't know what it's going to look like with Kyrie Irving in that lineup. Kyrie Irving could change everything in that dynamic. And because you're relying on D'Angelo Russell at this point, who's a journeyman. Not a bad player. Has had moments and flashes where he could be pretty good, but that's it, just pretty good. That's not going to get it done in the West. The West is too damn competitive for something along those lines. So if Kyrie is legitimately almost back, I think that you kind of let this ride a little bit more. Maybe let your guys get a little bit more healthier. And the better this in a weird way that you do have if this the whole Cooper Flag experience, and this is what it's going to be, that he's going to be the star, going to be the player, fine. This is almost in a weird way the best case scenario for him because he gets the taste of losing, and he's going to already not like that. He's going to be able to get hopefully all the bad rookie mistakes out early. Let's go ahead and be a rookie. You can't always just take over a league. There's very few guys that come in to just take it over right away. So I think it's pretty good. I think it's kind of good that Cooper Flag's getting this opportunity to be the man.
I agree with you. I think that they should ride it out and tough it out and, put on your big boy pants, and it is what it is, and go throughout the season. But I just don't think that's where the organization's front office mind is at. I think that their mind is, we need to start all over. Use these players to get picks, to get some young talent, to match up with Cooper Flag, and let them build and grow together and try to win as a unit, as a young core unit like OKC Thunder, because that's what OKC did. Look at them. Now they have 6, 7 young players that are probably going to stick around together, depending on obviously the money and all that stuff. But just to on age and skill, talent, and intelligence, they're going to keep it together as a young core over there in OKC. So everybody's looking at it like, damn, they went an actually good route. We can actually draft young players and put them together and play together, that they're going to have a lot of heart. They're going to have a lot of desire, a lot of dedication to come and win a championship.
Watch out for Dirk getting back with the team. I think that obviously not playing. I meant more in the front office level, being a GM, an assistant GM, or something like that. Because I think that he has his heart still in Dallas. He goes to a lot of games still. He's made it very clear that he did not like the way they were handling things with Luka. And I think that they respect him. Michael Finley is in the position at the moment. Michael Finley and I can't remember who else it is that are in like this GM role right now. But don't be surprised if Dirk also doesn't become a major part of getting the next coach, or not next coach, but the next front office rebuild. You never know. Old Cuban still does have his hands on some things, and that's Cuban's guy hands down. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe next year Dirk's going to maybe get back with the team. He's going to do this TV thing that he has going on for a little bit. Maybe you'll start seeing him less and less. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's a part of the rebuild of what Dallas might do next year or for the future.
I wouldn't count it out. But, man, have you been watching the Detroit Pistons? Jesus Christ.
Impressive.
The Detroit Pistons have been looking crazy good, man. Crazy good.
It's impressive for such a young team, and they had it going on last year, really, too. But they picked up, and I thought they should have went deeper in the playoffs than they did last year. But, man, they are looking impressive. As of right now, it's got to be them and the Thunder that are looking great. Denver's still looking good. The Rockets, I'm really surprised in how well this is working out and gelling. I knew KD going there was going to be a big deal because they were good last year, but I really like the way they're doing. What is it, a Sengun or Sungun? How do you pronounce it? Sengun, I think it is. Yeah. That kid is playing lights out as well, man. He's hitting a lot of clutch shots. I really like Cleveland in the East as well. I think a lot of people kind of forget about Cleveland a little bit with all like Boston always being up there and everything like that, but I've been impressed with Cleveland as well. I think that they're going to make some noise, I think, come later on. But I agree with you, man. Detroit has been awesome.
Yeah, bro. Cade leading the realm. It looks like he's a true born leader for sure. There's a reason why he was the number one pick. Jalen Duren looking like a second coming of Dwight Howard. Crazy on the defense, amazing on the offense. This guy's getting double-doubles like crazy. He's dropped, I think, 3 games of 20 points and 20 rebounds already, and it's only a month into the season. It's like, bro. And then they have a core surrounded together that they look like they will never quit. They're going to show a lot of toughness and grit no matter who the hell they're playing against. And right now they're in an 11-game win streak. Crazy.
Yeah. I knew Cade was going to be good. I just didn't expect him to be this good this quick. I kind of thought that when he got drafted, it's like, he's just going to be a scorer. I just didn't see the leadership of him and just how he's kind of taken over. I just expect him to be, that typical one and done kind of guy that's just going to come in and start scoring a bunch and everything. But his leadership and how he's actually playing, he's playing like a true vet now. So, I mean, it's impressive to see what they've been doing in general and Cade himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he really is, man. I like his play. I actually picked him in one of my fantasy basketball leagues, and boy, has been showing out, man. He's been playing great. Another team too, man. The Heat, baby. The Heat, we're playing good.
Talk about him.
We're looking good, baby. I mean, Tyler Hero hasn't played all season. Bam, he was injured for like a couple games. Now he's playing tonight. We're playing the Golden State Warriors. We're actually up on the Golden State Warriors by 2 right now. No Jimmy, no Steph, no fucking Draymond, and so we should be up by more than that. But at the end of the day, it's all about wins. It doesn't matter how much you are winning by. Last season, we were one of the worst scoring offenses, and this season, we're top 5 in scoring. Like, it just shows the greatness of Coach Spo, man, the way that he adjusts and he gets his guys ready. Hopefully, Tyler Hill comes back. He doesn't mess up the whole chemistry that we got going on. And Norman Powell, like I told you, Steve, was a great trade for us, man. What I tell you, baby, that guy is going crazy. He's probably going to be an all-star this year, man. And it sucks for the LA Clippers because they lost Bradley Beal and they wanted to give up Norman Powell for Bradley Beal. And look what's going on. Exactly. Man, I like the way we're playing. Man, I like the way we're playing.
Surprise as hell. They've been up to.
Not my biggest surprise. The Mavericks situation, like I told you, but for me, it's still a surprise. I thought we're going to be mediocre at best, and the way that we can't score the ball, we're going to get on top. And I was wrong, That I will.
Yeah, no, I would have to say that it's not even necessarily a hot take by any stretch or anything like that, but it's impressive to see how impressive the Thunder have been as well. There's a lot of hype coming off of winning the championship, and a lot of people picked them to be a repeat, and a lot of people are saying that this is the next dynasty and all those good things, and it's a lot of pressure on a young team, and they are playing like they should be playing, and that's the key.
Yep.
To the whole thing is that don't let the media overhype you and don't fall into your own trap. But they're not doing that at all. They look like they're ready to go. They look like they have the right attitude of playing as one team, and so it is impressive to see how well they've been able to not have the championship hangover that a lot of teams have. It's tough to do, to not feel yourself.
Yeah, bro. No, they're playing amazing. They look like they're about to go back to back, man. It's scary.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree totally. They look like they could be, barring injury. Obviously, that's just the way everything is. Obviously, in the NBA and everything, but barring injury, I think Oklahoma City, you could definitely see them at least in the conference finals, and that's not even a stretch at this point. Yeah, I mean, Cleveland's playing right now. They're playing Houston, and
they just came back nasty. They were down
back, yeah,
points, and now 77-76, going crazy.
That's a team I was telling you too. I'm impressed with Cleveland. I like the way they're playing, and especially too because they're not all the way back. Right? Is what's his name back yet? Excuse me, I'm drawing a blank on this one. Help me out here. What's
Darius Garland?
Thank you. Yeah, I could not think of it, man. Sorry. Is he back yet or no? I don't think he's back.
He hasn't. He hasn't played yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I kind of figured too, man. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Cleveland and, of course, Oklahoma City. And hopefully Dallas can figure out their crap. And can we not, sell everything off and just make it that we traded Luka for absolutely nothing? Can we just pump the brakes a little bit here, okay? Just a little bit. They are playing awful, but
tough trade, bro. Tough trade.
Exactly.